Hello, today I wanted to chime in because Mr. Nick Phelps himself made me challenge to talk to you 2 minutes about acoustic treatment of your room. In my course, I start the first module to talk about the physics of sounds, because you need to know how sound behaves before you start treating your room. To give you an example, if you know that low frequency sounds carry a long way, they're omnidirectional and have a lot of energy, as where high frequencies are very directional and they don't carry so far and they don't have a lot of energy. So you need to know a lot more about the physics of sounds before you start treating your room to understand what you're treating and why you're treating it for. Then there is 4 types of room treatments. You have your mixing room, you have the live room, or the vocal booth where you're recording the sound. Then you have the joke, my neighbors listen to wicked music even though they like it or not, right? So how to prevent your sound going through walls and disturbing neighbors. And then the last thing is how to avoid sounds from outside of the room coming inside of your recordings. Barking dogs, sounds from the neighbors, ambulances driving by, all that type of stuff. So you've got those 4 types of acoustic treatment. So there's a couple of rules that I just want to take you through. So no parallel walls. As you see in the picture, if you put any acoustic tiling, always put it at a decline. So it's always at an angle, right? Because even though acoustic tiles will absorb a lot of sound, they will still reflect them. So you don't want the reflections to come straight back at you. Then there is a type of Helmholtz resonators, we call it. Let's look at that. It's like a box with holes in it. And imagine you have a box with holes behind you. So actually the sounds are going inside the box through the holes and they just scatter around inside the box. So you get rid of all these frequencies that go inside the box. That's what we call Helmholtz resonators. Then you've got bass traps that you put in the corner of your room. Then we also have, I always tell my students to go DIY, like velvet, very heavy velvet curtains. Mattresses can help you a lot. And just go to that sort of store for camping and buy those foam mattresses, because you can use those as tiles, as acoustic tiles, or you can put them in corners. So no parallel surfaces. See that your walls and the ceiling and your floor are not parallel. So try to put those acoustic tiles at an angle. Try to maybe put ropes on the ceiling, like in these Moroccan tents, right? Try to do that. Try to fill up your 90-degree corners in your room with foam as well. So you don't have 90-degree corners, no parallel walls. That's already a lot, because if you look at the physics of sound, every frequency will have a wavelength. And if your room is just as long as that wavelength, we're talking about a standing wave. But anyway, I'm going way too far now. My 2 minutes are finished already. So if you want to know more about treatment of your room, come and join me in my free webinar or come and join me on my course. I'll tell you all about it. Take care.